くめです。
Could I just add that a lot of what's being talked about is in the purview of the regulatory agencies, and one would think that they either have in their possession data that allows the continued authorization of certain products, or maybe they don't. A little more transparency would be helpful, and I think I don't see that, in either FDA or CDC. If the information is available to address the impurities issue, and
yes.
Kevin has elegantly shown that depending on how you do the assays, you may be missing and underestimating contaminants because they're more invisible, and
Yeah, that's a very important point I didn't touch on earlier. If you look at the EMA documents, you can see even when they measure 10 lots that are all going through the process and quote-unquote passing, they vary by 800-fold in how much DNA is there. The reason they're passing, though, is that they're using an assay that can't see it. And if you measure in a different region of the plasmid, you'll see 100-fold more. And that level of transparency, I think, is very much needed to know that by picking one PCR assay in a particular part of the plasmid that happens to be susceptible to nuclease digestion, they can game the regulations and have 100-fold more DNA actually be present than what they're measuring. This shouldn't have happened. I mean, when we went through COVID, we demanded at least 3 assays on the RNA target to make sure we didn't miss the virus. But on the product we're injecting into everybody, we're only using 1. And that, to me, is a bit of an oversight, that they really should have been measuring this with multiple different methods to ensure they knew how much of that was there. And when we do ask for these documents, we tend to get redacted documents when we try to FOIA this information out of various agencies. And so there is an interest in keeping the tools at which they're using to measure this DNA contamination are still a mystery.